Hello, hello everyone. This is your faithful friend Sandra Graves. And today I want to talk to you about hacking your happiness or hack your happiness. And because of some technical difficulties and time change, we were not able to have a guest today, but I feel very capable of talking to you about the topic today about happiness is because I have been on that journey myself of searching for happiness and trying to find out how to be happy, what it takes to be happy. Because I have been a very, very unhappy person all my life. It's really what makes us unhappy is that we are always looking for someone to approve us, someone to guide us into that happiness. And that's where we find the problem. So what I'm going to do today, first introduce myself. I am Sandra Graves, and welcome to In Vivo Life. The sponsors of In Vivo Life is In Vivo Associates. So if you want to find out more, visit www.invivoassociates.com. If you're a life coach or a motivational speaker or you are expert in any area, please connect with us at info@invivoassociates.com. And one of the things then that I want to share with you about happiness is I put some things together here about happiness. And let me explain to you what happiness is not. Let's start with that first. Because a lot of people, they want to be happy, but they have not defined what happiness. So instead of really going ahead and define happiness, what we are going to do is we are going to go ahead and define what happiness is not. So let me get this here and let me explain to you. Happiness is not money. A lot of people say, when I make this amount of money, when I have $1 million, I am going to be happy. Happiness is not money. Money is a means to be able to enjoy life. It gives you the ability to travel and do a lot of things then. But it's not really happiness. Happiness is not a destination. Most people believe that when I get there, I'm going to be happy. You cannot get there. Happiness is something that you have to be able to accept now. It's not something that you accept later or, in 5 years I'm going to be happy. No, it is have to be right now. Also, happiness is not all good feeling. A lot of the times we base our happiness on this feeling of, oh, I'm in love, this person loved me, this person accepted me, oh, I'm feeling good today, I'm happy. It has nothing to do with it. You can actually be happy and not be in love. You can be happy and not be rich. You can be happy and not have the most beautiful house in the world. That's what can happen. You can be happy and many of these things can take place. So I want to make clear, happiness is not a feeling. Happiness is not a person. A lot of the times we think, oh, I am happy because of my mom. I am happy because of my husband. I am happy because of my kids. But that particular thing is not what make you happy. Because if they die, then your happiness is null. There's no happiness. So happiness is not in a particular person. These are the things that I have learned in my life. I don't put my happiness in someone else's hand. And when we say that my happiness depended on my mom or my husband or my children, that is not happy. They contribute to our happiness, but they are not the ones that make our happiness. Happiness is not a thing. Women, wherever you are, you love to do the shopping thing because you want to be happy. It is just a feeling at that moment that you are enjoying yourself. You are, the shopping is this adrenaline driven thing that is guiding you. But it doesn't mean that it's going to make you happy, because if you go to a store and shop from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night, you are happy. You are excited. When you get home, you know that you spent all that money, and guess what? Most of you had spent a lot of money that you didn't have. So now you're unhappy. And even if you have the money and you do all this spending, if you wasn't genuinely happy, you're not going to be happy because the clothing is not going to just make you happy. Another thing, happiness is not about others accepting you. I remember when I was modeling, one of the things that I wanted is people to approve me, people to say that I was beautiful. I felt happy when someone said that I was special in some way. And at that moment, I thought that that was happiness because someone said I was beautiful. And my definition of happiness was all messed up. And that's the reason why we have all these problems with self esteem and all of these issues because of that. Because we have a very negative definition of happiness. And why I say negative is because our happiness is so dependent on everything that is surrounding us. All the exterior factors, that's what our happiness is dependent on. And if we continue to do that, we are not going to be happy. We are going to be temporarily enjoying things, people, experiences, but we are not going to be happy. That's what I want to talk to you today because I get this all the time. People always sending me messages about I am not happy. Everything is working out in my life, but I am not happy. And when I dig in and try to find out what is it that they are doing, it might be because they are doing things that they don't enjoy. It might be because they're waiting for someone's approval and that person did not approve them. It might be because they're hating somebody and that hate is keeping them from being happy. What is keeping you from being happy? What have your definition of happiness been all of these years? Because let me tell you, if right now you are not feeling happy, it's because of your definition. So I want to allow you to take some time and define happiness for you. What does happiness mean to you? Of course, I am going to be talking more about it because I did take my notes about happiness and I really jot down a lot of information that I have experienced, things that I have experienced in the past and that had helped me now identify what happiness means to me. So that's what I'm going to share with you. But for the moment, could you write it down? Write down before I go any further. What does happiness mean to you? What is it? Have you always defined happiness as money, as your children, as your husband, as romance, as when you go on that vacation? What does happiness mean to you? I'm going to go give you a couple seconds for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I hope you were fast in writing that down. And if you didn't write it down, think about it. This is not a test. This is something just to help you identify what happiness is. But let me tell you some of the benefits of happiness that I wrote down and how it have helped me. Some of the benefits that I wrote here is happiness help you be happy, help you be positive. Have you ever seen a positive person that is not happy? Not really, because it doesn't go together. When you are happy, you want to share that joy with other people. You want to make them happy. You want to do something. You want to help. That's what happiness does. Because it just makes you think of everything. Everything is going to work out. Everything that supposedly someone say it's not going to happen, it's going to happen. Because you have more faith. Because you think of the possibilities instead of the impossibilities. Happiness helps you to dream. And that's the reason why when we dream and we think of things them as positive, we think of things that are going to happen. We think the sky is the limit. I think the sky is the beginning. But we think of all these things when we think of happiness. Another thing, happiness helps us to be generous, just like I said. When we are happy, we have the ability to feel so generous. If you have $100 and someone is in need, you want to give them money. If you have food, you want to give away food because you are at a place in your life where you are happy, where you are satisfied. And you don't have to have everything, but happiness is help you be satisfied. Are you satisfied in your life? Happiness, the benefit of it is that you become more loving. You know, it's funny because before I used to be more of a very tough person. I am very tough right now, okay? But I used to be more tough and less tactful. And I learned to be more loving because I have made a decision that I wanted to give more of myself, that I wanted to give others what I was expecting. And that is happiness because when you are feeling so free in here, when you are feeling like um, there's so much you can be doing with your life, there's so much lives you can be impacting, then you look for that. You look for that in people. You see talent in people and you push them towards that talent. You motivate them towards that talent because you are happy and you want them to know or to understand what it feels like to be happy. Happiness also, I can tell you that one of the benefits of happiness is that it make you feel healthier. You know, I have like I have many things. I'm not going to get into all my health issues, but I do have some health issues. And before it was a little worse. But because I am happy, I don't focus on that. I am more active now. My 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 mental health is much more better than it was before. I can tell you that when you are naturally, genuinely happy, satisfied with your life, that's when happiness is there. That's when that happiness you can share it with other people because you are genuinely happy. Another benefit of happiness is that it helps you to be creative. I have found myself doing more things in my life than I thought I could do. All the things that I did not imagine in the past that I can do, when I look back, I am doing so much more with my life. I am much more creative. Things them just come. I think I have this magic wand that I am just um, pointing this magic wand at the things them that I want in life, and they're just happening because my creativity is just blooming. It's like I'm feeding it this vitamin that I don't know where I'm getting it from, and I am becoming more and more creative. More and more creative, and my relationships are even better because that's one of the benefits of happiness. Your relationships are even just amazing. I have an amazing husband just because I have identified that I'm an amazing person and I have amazing things to share. And when we focus on sharing amazing things with others and letting them know how amazing they are, they want to do the same with us. So before I came from a divorce, and I was really unhappy. At the beginning, it was cool because it was funny, because we could dance together. We spoke the same language, all of those things. I thought that made me happy. I thought that, oh, when I have a child, I'm going to be happy. When I have more money, I'm going to be happy. I thought all of those things, but it did not work. So with my past relationship, at the beginning, I thought it was happy, but then it wasn't because it was, oh, he did this to me. Oh, he said this to me. Oh, he not pleasing me. Oh, he got on my nerves. So I was not happy because I was only looking all the time to point all the negative things in my partner. And that did not help. So please, whenever you are thinking of happiness, try to find the good things in others. Everybody have bad things, but if we focus on the good things that they have, we can help them make those changes, because we cannot change people, but we can help them identify the good things they have so that they can improve. And when they improve, we improve as well. Another benefit of happiness is that it help you have better friendships. You know, I can actually count my friends with one hand because I choose to. I know a lot of people. I have a lot of people that want to be my friends, but I am very selective. But the people that I have as my friends, I'm very happy with them. It doesn't matter if I see them 5 years from now or we talk once a year. I am so excited when I talk to them because I am happy. I'm genuinely happy with their friendship. Genuinely. Because I appreciate who they are and I know that when they don't call me, it doesn't mean that they hate me. It doesn't mean that they're no longer my friend. They are my friend at all times. But everybody have things to do and my happiness is not based on them. My happiness is based on me. Did you hear what I said? My happiness is not based on them. My happiness is based on me. I am going to help you. I'm going to leave you to think about that, and I'll be right back. Gente, aquí Sandra Graves y oye, quería decirte que te conectes con En Vivo Live todos los martes aquí en YouTube. We are going to be here every Thursday at 7 p.m. with different guests, bringing you different information. Con invitados especiales, con tu anfitriona, yo, Sandra Graves. No te olvides, subscribe. Suscriba y comenta. The code is presented by En Vivo Associates, our affiliates, our sponsors, and of course, our guests. Our guests who present you with the tools that you need to identify the success you desire. If you would like to be a guest in this show, or if you have any comments or questions or any show idea for us, please send us an email to info@envivoassociates.com. Thank you for tuning in to The Code. Well, welcome back, my friends. This is your faithful friend Sandra Graves again in Vivo Live every Thursday at 7 p.m. I usually try to invite a guest, but if there's no guest, I will be happy to share my experiences with you. There is many things that I have experienced in my life when it comes to on my journey to happiness, and let me tell you, life hasn't been easy, but it has been worth living. And that's the same thing that I would like you to be able to say, is that looking back at your past and realizing that everything in your past have helped you to become who you are right now. And you are not dependent on your past, but you can learn from your past so that your present can be more enjoyable and your future can be ready and tangible, just like a mango. So juicy, so delicious. When you are enjoying now and you are focusing on it now, then your future is much brighter and you can really enjoy happiness. Don't matter if there is death in your family, no matter if you lose a job, no matter whatever experience is it that you are going through. When you are genuinely happy, let me tell you, it bounces right back. You can be sad and still be happy with your life. Let me explain that. You can be sad and still be happy with your life because you are satisfied with the life that you have. Bad things do happen, experiences do happen. You lose a job, you lose all those things, like I said, but you are still in a point in your life where you are satisfied with the things that you have done. And that is where happiness lays. So I want to let you know that when you are happy, Lash, is that you are less stressed. Let me tell you that I have had a lot of experiences in my life, things that are happening. Maybe contracts that I have had and someone disappointed me, but their disappointment did not impact my joy, my happiness. Their irresponsibility, their backstabbing, all of these things that have happened negatively have not affected my happiness because my happiness is not dependent on them. My happiness is not dependent on the money. My happiness is not dependent on my kids. My happiness is not dependent on my husband. I can tell you that my happiness is dependent on God and myself. You don't have to be religious, but I can tell you that after God, I'm very dependent on myself because I know that I'm not here by miracle. I am here because I have a purpose. There is a God that I believe in, and He is helping me live that purpose. I am here alive because God allowed me to be alive. I am breathing and talking to you because God allowed me to breathe. I am so thankful. And let me tell you that one of the keys to happiness and one of the most important keys to happiness is to be thankful. We have to be thankful. I cannot stress that enough. You have to be thankful for the little or the much that you have. Please, 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 if you are listening to me, be thankful. You say, Sandra, I don't have what you have. You don't have to have what I have. All you have to do is be thankful. You know, I learned to be thankful. And when we are thankful, we don't have time to complain because we are thankful. So, whatever it is that you are doing, please be thankful. One of the things that I can tell you is that stop trying to change others. I think I mentioned that before, but I want to emphasize that. You cannot be happy if you are trying to change your husband, if you are trying to change your kids, if you are trying to change your coworkers. You're not going to be happy. You're going to be frustrated and stressed. I have some challenges with my teenage daughter, but I have learned not to allow it to make me unhappy. There is things them that I can help her improve. There is things them that I can teach her. There is things them that I wish they were better. But what I do is realize that her actions should not be impacting my joy. I do everything that I can to be able to help her to grow and to be able to teach her what I have learned. But um, without telling myself that if she does bad, it's because I am bad. When we do that as parents, we are failing our happiness. We do everything we can, the best that we can with what God have given us. And that's all that we can do. We can support the people that we love with everything that we can. But when they reject that support, it has nothing to do with you. Believe me, it has nothing to do with you. If you do everything that you can to be able to love your husband, to give him the best, and he's not happy, it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with him. So when someone is telling you, you make me unhappy, don't believe them because it has nothing to do with you. You are not responsible for making anybody happy. You are there to support them and help them and teach them and encourage them, but you cannot make anybody happy. You are responsible. Listen to me carefully. You are responsible for your happiness, and that is all you have control of, your own happiness. Everybody else is just a push. It's just an encouragement that you can provide, but you can do anything else to make anybody happy. So please stop trying to change others. Just focus on helping them grow, encouraging them, and giving them the tools that they need to be happy. Other than that, you cannot change anybody. Remember that. Also, don't go to sleep hateful and angry. When you keep hate inside of you, you're not going to be happy. I used to hate so many people in my life when I was modeling. I was making money, I was traveling, I was living good, really well. Um, but I was not happy because I was so angry. I wanted to show everybody, oh, I told you I was going to make it. Oh, I told you I was going to do this. But in that I was trying to prove everything to everyone and live up the life. I was not happy because I was focused on everybody else. And when they didn't give me what I want, the approval and all of these things, I was not happy. So instead of not being happy, I was very angry and hateful. And I had this sense of entitlement that if you didn't give me what I want when I wanted, I hated you. I didn't like you. Get out of my life. Get away from me. So It's funny because that is who I was. That is not what I am. What are you now? Don't focus on what you were, because what you were is not what you are, because you have to learn from your experience of the past. Everything that you are now, you can make that decision to be that. Happiness is not the people that are around you or pleasing them or pleasing or doing anything that they say. You do things because you want to, not because you have to. Happiness um, is doing what you love, and that is what I am doing. I do what I love. I am a motivational speaker, engineer. I do a lot of things, but that is not who I am. I am Sandra Graves. I am a loving person. I am a very bold person. I am a child of God. I am um, very, very strong. That's who I am. But what I do motivational speaking. I do engineering. I do a lot of different things. Um, but that's what I do. And those things, them, when they are removed, that's all they are. They are things. My family, they join in my happiness. My husband, he really is an awesome person. My kids, they're amazing. My mom, I have a better relationship with her. With my sisters, we're starting to have a better relationship. But they are not. I am not dependent on them for happiness. They, when they we come together, they add to my happiness. They add value, but I'm not dependent on their happiness and them for my happiness. Also, I want to, before I close, I want you to remember that happiness is very dependent on you. You cannot put your happiness in the hands of anyone. No one can make you happy. So if you think that your husband is not making you happy or your job is not making you happy, it's not anything to do with them. That is not happiness. So in order for you to hack into your happiness, like the title of this message is, remember, for you to hack into your happiness or hack your happiness, you have to make that decision, because happiness is a choice. You have to make that choice every day. You wake up in the morning, today I'm going to have an awesome day. Today I'm going to give my best. Today I'm going to smile. Today I'm going to say thank you. Today I'm going to be grateful. Today. And today is going to be the best day of your life, because it's the only day that you have. Tomorrow is already gone. And tomorrow, what? Yesterday is already gone. Tomorrow is not here, but today is all you have. So today, your happiness is a choice. Don't forget that I am here on In Vivo Live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, not Pacific Time, not Mountain Time. It is Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. or Texas time. Please subscribe, share this message, and please comment. What was your definition of happiness before? What is it that you learned? And if you want to add something that I did not mention, please do so. Don't forget, visit invivoassociate.com if you're a life coach, speaker, or if you're an expert in something, in some area. Visit Invivo Associates today and learn more. Thank you for listening to me, and I see you soon.